1 month, so just registered. Did you had any guys writing letters to you or doing the video calls with some?
Yes, yes.
Yes, for 1 month already?
Yes, already.
Interesting. And did you attend the social?
Social, what is it?
Social event.
Social, yes,
Yes?
yes.
How did you like the social?
This is very interesting, unusual format. Good idea to meet more men, have the possibility to chat to different men.
Have light chat to see them?
Yes, yes.
Did you meet any guy on a social?
Not yet. Only 1 month.
Only one.
No, I mean only 1 month. So
Only 1 month.
everything
But
is.
on a social. Did you meet any guy? Did you talk to guys from the social?
We had a lot of girls there,
Oh, yeah.
a huge amount. So maybe I didn't have such opportunity.
But did you feel comfortable on social? Like how was it in general? Because as you mentioned, it was a lot of girls on a social.
Yeah, I would like to have less girls and more men,
and
of
more
course.
men. Less girls and more men. Yeah,
Yes,
that's
of
always.
course. I'm looking for a husband. I want to create family, and I still want to have children. I don't have children for now. Yes, so now I decided that I need, that I want.
That you want a family?
Yes, I want a
What
family.
if he will have kids already? Are you ready to accept that?
Yes. I understand that this is life, and everybody, maybe not everybody, of course, but a lot of people, a lot of men and girls, they have kids, of course.
What are you looking at a man? You said that you want to have a family. You want to have more kids, and what else are your criteria? That he has to have certain height, maybe certain, like, I don't know, look. Maybe has to have mustache. Like, I don't know.
Height for me is maybe not preferable, but I would like to have. I'm very active, so maybe I would like to have very active man, sporty, empathic, smart, and with a good humor.
With a good.
It's good to see you. Today, as always, I'm gonna be answering all your questions about international dating and marriage. So send in some of your questions. I'll read it and answer it for you. As usual, let me start by reminding you about our upcoming seminars. So we have London seminar on July 12th. John and Tanya is gonna be doing it. Actually, matter of fact, John is already on the way there. So he'll be there, and he's gonna talk about what we do it, how we do it. So it's about 4 hours event, sometimes 5, because John talks a lot. And you can come in, ask any of your questions. It's absolute free seminar. So we're gonna have some food, drinks provided as well. That always helps. So looking forward to seeing you guys there on July 12th. So if you didn't RSVP yet, please contact us. We'll put you on the list. And we have a late seminar, August 22nd. Actually, at the same time, August 21st, 22nd, we're gonna have social events with Chinese ladies. A lot of them are flying all the way from China just to meet you guys, and some are local. So you can register for those socials online, or you can contact Michelle at group desk, and she will help you sign up for that. So you can do both. You can go to seminar, you can go to socials. And other than that, we have upcoming tour to Cebu, Philippines, August 20th. Are one of the best tours. We get so many engagements, and Philippines is a beautiful destination. Of course, we have a Barranquilla tour starting in a few days. It's never too late. Tickets are still on sale. It's a short flight. You can be there in no time and meeting a beautiful Colombian lady. But if you cannot make it on July 9th, there is August 13th to Medellin. And of course, there's October 16th tour to Kiev, Ukraine. I'll be leading that tour. I have, I think, 2 spots left. So don't wait till the last moment. Register for that. You can put a deposit, and your name will be on the tour, because we always have a long waiting list too. So just don't wait till the last moment. Don't wait till like September to decide you definitely want to put your name on the list if you have an option of traveling. And again, looking forward to going with you guys to Kiev. I love that tour. It's actually my favorite tour. Kiev, it is also fun as well, but I personally prefer to stay in one city because I like that guys in more relaxed atmosphere. They don't have to, pack their suitcase and go from place to place to place. So you can just stay in one city, meet all the ladies. Don't have to rush, date everybody, more easy, quiet way. So Kiev, Ukraine, October 16th. Looking forward to seeing you there. But let's start with a very special video that I have for you. So we're gonna watch a video and then go back to your questions.
At my stage of the game, I'm not looking for the responsibility of 3 children. Oh, 2 phones, work phone, and I'm kind of getting a little long in the tooth now, so it's time to get serious and find somebody. Now that tells you something about a woman. That tells you she could be a keeper. So the secret of finding a date is you want a pretty girl, but she's got to be fun, cool, and nice to hang out with. And it's hard to find both. Does that mean she can beat my ass? We're gonna have to go home and wrestle and see how tough you are.
No puedo hacer nada.
But it's easy to fall in love with you. But you come with 3 children. So if I fall in love with you, the children come in the package. Understandably so. My name is Dave, and I'm 70 years old. I have 3 daughters, and of course they all have an opinion. I have a son. And, on my first couple tours, they were quite concerned about who I was going to come home with. But after being on as many tours as I have, I've used pretty good sense, and I haven't made any bad decisions yet. So I think they're pretty comfortable with what I'm doing, and they just want me to be happy. Everybody has a dating value, the way I look at it. So the people I can date, there's a certain type of people I can date in the United States within a certain age range and just a certain range. I don't want to be with a woman with younger kids. I'd like to meet a woman whose kids are grown. Most men don't think about this, but that's one of the first things a woman looks at is your nails. Yeah. So here I am in Mexico City, and I'm trying to swoon a woman, and what better way to do it is than to look the best I can look.
What you want to do is you want to just talk like you normally would to the person. Not like, hey, tell her that. No, if you're talking, as you're talking and looking in her eyes, and she's talking to you, looking in your eyes, the interpreter should be like this. I hate to say this, but like a piece of furniture or a machine that is just interpreting.
The translator is your wingman. They're your teammate. You need to take care of your teammate because she represents you, and you need to be on the same page with her. So I always found to spoil my translator because she's the most important person there. Don't be cheap about buying her lunch. I'm embarrassed to sit there and eat in front of somebody. I always buy them lunch or I buy them a drink. I treat them like they're a 3rd date. I go get a drink. Okay. So she just came.
Okay.
My interpreter, so we're talking.
Okay.
You're sitting at the table, and there's 8 women there, and you're paying attention to 1 or 2, and not the others. You're hurting their feelings. Hi there. How are you? How are you tonight? You're looking very lovely.
¿Qué dice?
Oh, looking very lovely.
Ay, gracias. ¿Tú crees que me puedas? Pregúntale si me quiere dar su número de teléfono, que yo le doy el mío, porque como estoy trabajando nunca puedo hablar con él.
Just give me if you want to share the contact for Toto and WhatsApp because she's working now and she's busy, but she will.
Okay, I have what's it? Yes, I'll get it for her. Oh, you want it now?
¿Quieres ahora?
They said 400 girls. But it wasn't speed dating. You just got up and you mingled. Yeah. First of all, thank you. No. Poquito.
Hay que enseñarles el tequila. Y por eso estamos preparando la
I am from New York.
tequila. Pero necesitamos un brindisito con tequila también.
Why am I here?
¿Listos?
To find a lady.
Están mis caballeros en sus nuevas piezas.
Why Mexico?
Ya estamos listos.
Find love. That's a good answer. That's a better answer.
Mire, ponle tiempo, por favor.
Not necessarily a Mexican girl. I like Latin women. They're very warm and kind and caring. I've spent time in Latin America in the last year or so, and Mexico has been on my list. And so here I am. Yeah, I like it. It seems very nice. I've only been here for 3 days.
Están grabando y siguiendo con cámaras porque
To know how to talk to ladies at the table.
porque saben que tienen experiencia de hablar con mujeres en la mesa, entonces sí saben que va a ser bien.
So they're using me as an example.
Lo están usando como un ejemplo. You're doing very, very well.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm old.
¿Y cuántos años tienes?
I'm 70.
70.
You don't look like 70.
I do not. And I am 70 years old. I don't look like I'm 70. I don't act like I'm 70. But that's what it says on my birth certificate.
What do you think about being married with a woman with little kids?
With how many?
With little,
Little kids.
yeah, like 7 years old.
It scares the hell out of me.
It scares you?
He is very wise. He's actually a very nice man. I know him personally.
Very charming,
But he's still dangerous so much.
Well, every man should be a little dangerous. Every woman should be a little dangerous. That's what makes things exciting. Okay. That's what makes it about Latin men is they shower affection onto their girlfriends, but then they shower the same affection on the girl next door. And that's not, I'm more like a Boy Scout. You know, I'm honest, I'm trustworthy, I'm dependable, and I'll always be there for you. I hope to see every one of you again.
Okay.
Thank you. There was more girls tonight. There was 10 more girls tonight than last night.
10 more.
10 more. That's it. Yeah.
Okay.
I went to.
How do you feel it with a lot of girls?
How do I what?
How do you feel it?
How do I feel it?
Yeah, because we are a lot of girls. And you guys are just 8.
I know. It's hard.
So I think that we are a lot of girls. We're just 8 men.
Yep.
So how do you feeling about that?
I'm feeling okay about it. You know, you shouldn't be, but I'm okay with it.
Really?
Makes it better for me. I get more choice of ladies.
Well, I am thinking that you are a little confused with a lot of girls.
Well, it's hard work. Everything last night ran without a hitch. I had a great time as usual. I had my coach come over and give me a little nudge when I was going in the wrong direction, pointed me back in the right direction last night, which is greatly appreciated.
So, what you take about Mexico City?
Mexico City is a lot of fun. The ladies are great. I like their English level, for one. Last night was a great night at the social, as usual.
Some might say, well, Dave, you've done this, but you haven't been successful. You haven't met that woman of your dreams yet, and you're not married. So it hasn't worked for you. Do you look at it that way, or?
Oh no, it's probably worked too well. I probably have too good a time. And, I think men in the United States, they meet a woman and they don't have a lot of choices and they settle. And that's why there's so many divorces. So I come here and I meet all these women. And it's like one amazing woman after another. And, and you lecture me all the time. And Maria, your girl in Colombia, does too. You got to get serious. You're having too much fun. And that's the problem. I'm having too much fun. But everybody's different. And I'm kind of getting a little long in the tooth now. So it's time to get serious and find somebody.
Tonight we are going to be more focused in the kind of woman he would like to find. So we are preparing like more jokes and more games I'm not telling you about because it's a secret, but yes, we have a plan.
What did you drink?
I had a drink. Last night I had 3 drinks and I had 1 too many. So tonight I was going to slow it down. I had 1 before I came in. And I wanted to focus on you ladies. I don't know, I'm just surprised. We'll contact her, we'll set up a place and meet her there? Yeah. Okay, good. There were 62 women there, and there were some nice girls there, and it was a good time to be had. Had a lot of fun. I walked away with 4 or 5 dates. So tomorrow morning for breakfast, I have a date with a very nice girl, Michelle. So I'll probably spend 9:30, 10 o'clock. I'll probably spend till 1 o'clock with her. Then I'll come back to the hotel, and then Yvonne will be here probably around 3. Hi.
I'm so sorry.
You're not that late. That's fine. That's good. That's fine. It's good. It's good. Fine. Have a seat. Oh, well, I shouldn't even say Latin ladies. All ladies are always 10 minutes fashionably late. So, and Anna called me and told me you were going to be late. So it's all good. I've been on 10 socials. In 10 years, I've been on 10 socials. I've been to Ukraine. I've been to Colombia. I've been to Costa Rica. But I've never been to Mexico. Going to the Ukraine so many times, their personality just didn't fit for what I was looking for. So when I had the opportunity to come here, I knew, your personality is very similar to the ladies in Colombia or the ladies in Costa Rica. Very warm and very friendly.
So the place is nice, right?
It is a very nice place. Very, yeah, it's really nice. It's a great spot to come. I was impressed when I walked in. I liked it. And now, have you lived here your whole life?
I born in Guadalajara, and then when I was a child, I come back here in the city with my parents. So I live here all my life.
Okay.
Here in the city, so for me it's really safe, and exists here everything.
And you are perfect. You're like the perfect Latin lady. You're very warm. You're very friendly. You speak great English, even though you don't think you do. You speak great English. Oh, 2 phones, work phone and.
For the one more.
Yep. Okay. Good. Good for you. You're a popular lady.
The work at the club. What is your plan?
My plan?
Yeah.
Well, I'm retired. So I had a car dealership and I sold my car dealership. And now I buy and sell stocks, and I can do that from anywhere. So I'm retired. I can go anywhere in the world and do anything. And my plan is I'd like to meet someone. I don't have a set plan. It depends on the person I meet.
I like work. I enjoy always my family.
Right.
And I enjoy everything about family. I'm staying home and I like that.
Mm-hmm.
I like it. So it's
You're looking for a financially secure, mature man.
not too much of the finance because I work.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, for me it's really important the values.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really important mature in the
Mature.
yeah,
Okay.
mature in the mind because sometimes and it's the problem for the age and it's the truth
You're not only thinking for yourself, you're thinking for 3 other people. So you have to make a very wise decision. Well, you know what? I'm open to anything. I think if the chemistry is good, you work on it, you figure it out. So I have a friend who's asking me, how's my day going? So I want you to take a picture and wave to him like this so I can send it to him. Okay, good. I did that because I want to make him jealous. When he sees a beautiful woman out with me for breakfast, he's going to get jealous. Date went well. Very nice lady. She spoke very good English. Real charming, witty woman. I said charming twice there, sorry. She was 40. She was 40. Her name was Michelle. She's definitely a little younger than a normal girl I have a date with, but when I met her and she was interested in me, I said, let me spend a little more time talking to her. So I set up a date. Between you and I, probably not. I know I could fall in love with her very quickly. She's a beautiful, charming woman. But, you know, at my stage of the game, I'm not looking for the responsibility of 3 children. I don't think we're eating here. I don't think we're ordering food. So we went and took a tour of the city. We went to a beautiful cathedral, some beautiful buildings. We hung out there for 3 or 4 hours. We stopped in the nicest part of the town, did a little sightseeing, and then my date and I stayed there and we went to dinner. I don't remember seeing that thing sitting there before. That statue. Oh, it's not. That's a man. Yeah. Every time I date a woman, I tend to pick the high maintenance girls. It's a whole big room. For count. And when I get all done, I say, oh, she was pretty, but you know, she was a little too high maintenance. And every time I say to myself, you need to pick a girl that's just a little plainer, you know, not quite so high maintenance. And this girl falls into that category. And she proved it today because when we went to have dinner, she said, let's split a dinner. And then when the check came, the first thing she did was grab it out of my hand and check it over and make sure that all the prices were right. Now that tells you something about a woman. Now that's a good sign. That tells you that she's concerned about your money. And that's, you know, that tells you she could be a keeper. So Yvonne, her name is Yvonne. She's 49 years old. And she's a very nice girl. This girl has some really good signs. This girl could potentially be the one. So I had an opportunity to see her again tomorrow afternoon.
Madrid.
Madrid.
And Spain is
Very similar. Yeah. Oh, you been there?
yeah.
So we go this way?
Yeah.
Wow. That's pretty cool. What do you have a nickname at the gym? Do they call you the monster?
Ajá, yeah.
Yeah.
Ya las he visto, pero The American Furious, el programa de American Furious.
American Furious?
Ajá. The program, ¿no?
American Gladiator? Yeah.
Gladiator.
Gladiator. They call you that? Gladiator?
I like.
I bet she's strong, huh?
Ah!
Yeah. Some guys see the women that are bodybuilders with all the muscles. I think that's sexy. And most men look and say, "Oh, that's disgusting." I think it's beautiful because I know it's hard to do. I think it's sexy. I really do. But it's interesting how women, unless they flex, you don't notice it as much as men. I mean, men, you notice that they're big bodybuilders. And women, you don't notice as much. It is so nice, the communication that we already have. No, now you're looking at me like you don't mean it. You're looking at me like, yeah. Right? She's looking at me, yeah. I think the communication we have is very nice.
Okay, thank you.
The only thing that worries me a little bit, when I talked about your husband and you made that, and I talked about your son, when you met him, you go, I don't want you to make that look at me. I don't want you to go, give me that look.
My face is
show
expression.
him. Show him the expression. Show him the expression when I talk about your. You go. Your mad expression about your son. You're like.
Con David, 2 veces ayer salimos al centro a un tour. Nos la pasamos muy divertido, súper bien, caminando, conociendo. Y es una súper gran persona, es muy buen hombre. Es caballeroso, es gentil, es educado.
I'm going to try not to have to make a decision. It's always best to have 2 or 3 choices when you leave. Because the hardest part about this isn't the dating here, it's keeping it going once you're gone. So you like to have 2 or 3 good, solid options if you can on the way out the door to work on over the next month or so.
Dave, how are you, sir?
Hello, John. How are you? It's nice to hear from you.
See how you're doing. Last time I saw you, we were in Mexico. So how did things wind up for you down there? Are we in love?
Actually, I'm killing 2 birds with 1 stone. I decided I want to have a part-time place back in Florida, and the Villages is a great place to hang out. It's like a college sorority for seniors. And although she's a little younger, you know, it fits my lifestyle perfect, and it's somewhere where she can fit right in. And I think we'll have a good time there. So I said, look, I want to look at some homes while I'm there. Let's kill 2 birds with 1 stone. I said, you know, who knows, you could be part of my life. Why don't you come and help me look at houses and get a little of your input? And I said, see what life is like. I gave her a choice. I said, we can go to Punta Cana for a week on an all-inclusive. And I rang up the numbers in my head. And I said, or we could go to the Villages and you could see what life is like in the United States. And the way I sold it to her, she liked that idea. She said, yeah, I'd like to see what life is like in the United States. So it's probably going to cost about 1/3 to have her in the Villages of what it would have cost in Punta Cana. But we'll have just as much fun and just as good a time. And she will get to see what life is like in the Villages and where I am going to be in the life that I want to live.
Travel to Ukraine to continue dating. Matter of fact, he's traveling to Ukraine in 2 weeks. So let's wish luck to David. All right, guys, let's go to your questions. Floyd says, would I be able to come in on the second week of 14-day tour on August 21st? Can make it until after the 25th. The only events I can think of that we have on August 21st are 2 social events, 21st and 22nd in LA with Chinese ladies, but that's not a tour. It's only 2 events, 21st, 22nd. So if you come there on 20th, 25th, you're going to be 3 days late. It's not an actual tour. It's only 2 social events. So unfortunately, that's not going to work. Sean is asking, how serious are these ladies? How many want to have a night out for free? Well, look, overall, ladies are serious. They are serious into looking for husband, for a life partner, which doesn't mean they're gonna marry the first person that shows up at their doorstep. Of course, they wanna date and explore their options. So they might go date multiple men, the same as you're gonna be going out on multiple dates with the woman. So guys, take it sometimes. Oh, women not serious. She's going on dates. Well, you're there going on dates, and you're serious about finding the right one. That's why she's doing the same. She wants to find the one she will fall in love with, the one that will fit her lifestyle, the same as she will fit his lifestyle. So there is nothing wrong with doing that. So yes, ladies are serious. Well, of course, there can be, a few ladies that not too serious about it. But even with that being said, even if a lady joins the service and she's not really sure if she's ready for that serious relationship, what she's looking for, but if she finds her Prince Charming, she will become serious. It's just, again, you might not be her Prince Charming, but eventually she will find him, and she will become serious. Global and International is saying, IFA makes so many promises about coming to Texas, but has not in a long time. Well, that's it's actually quite funny, because now John is stuck in Dallas. That he could have done the seminar, because I was just mentioning he's traveling to UK to do a seminar, and his flight was canceled, so he's in Texas for 2 days. He could have done that seminar. So originally his game plan was to do a seminar in sometime this fall in Houston and Dallas. But I don't know. After he spent too much time in Dallas, he might be, he had overdose of Texas, so it might take a little longer. But no, for sure, they're gonna be a seminar. We always have at least one seminar. Well, not at least one seminar a year in Texas. So we'll see you there. We just don't have the dates yet. James says, I found Odessa was better than Kiev. Well, and again, it's just Odessa is a wonderful city, and everybody had a preference. It's like comparing New York and Miami. Somebody likes beach lifestyle, somebody likes big city life. It's just totally different vibes. Odessa is more laid back, more relaxed. The weather's nicer overall, and Kiev culturally has more to offer, but also it's a busier, more hectic lifestyle. So it just depends, Depends what you're looking for. Stuart's asking, how do men avoid wasting time with women who are curious but not serious? Well, first I would say again, pay attention to the age gap. So if she's, half of your age or more than that, that's probably, usually not a good sign. Most likely, yes, she's gonna enjoy, hanging out, going, go have some dinners and enjoying your company as a friend. But when it comes to serious dating, if you're older than her parents, to say the least, she will think twice about it, if not 3 times. So just pay attention to that. And of course, when you're going out on dates, it's important for dates to be fun, but also it's important to get to know each other and talk about serious things. So talk about how what you're looking for in a relationship, how do you see your future, ask what she wants to do in her life, imagine things will work out between two of you. So, what would you like to do if she would to relocate? And first of all, ask, are you willing to relocate? Are there any issues with you relocating in the, relatively nearest future? So there's a lot of things to ask. And of course, if a woman starts asking for gifts and looking for materials and things right off the bat, that's also not a good sign. So if you run into gold digger, she's not gonna date you for 2 months to start asking you for gifts. She's gonna go for it pretty much right on the first or second date. Gonna say, oh, I don't have enough money to pay my rent. Can you give me money for rent? Or my phone suddenly broke down, so no, I can't fix this iPhone. I need to buy a new iPhone. So if you're serious about me, you'd buy me an iPhone, right? So the answer is no. We don't know each other that well. On one hand, of course, I wouldn't mind helping my future fiancé, but it's our second date, so probably not what you're looking for. So have a good evening. We'll not see you later. So there's nothing wrong with that. Jeff is asking, how much money should a guy really have before dating overseas? Well, you should have a long-term plan, because just calculate how much you're going to be paying for your travel, your hotels, your tickets, whether you do in the tour or individual tour, whatever services you're doing with us, calculate that. Calculate the fiancé visa costs, and all other expenses that comes with that. And also, of course, you would need to be able to support your fiance when she relocates, comes here. So it's gonna be, two of you in the family, or maybe three if she has a child. So you need to plan your budget accordingly. I mean, can you really support your new family? So think about it. If you're not quite there yet, you might want to just wait, don't rush into that, and just wait a little bit and get your ducks in a row. So take care of your finances, and once you're stable and comfortable, then go for it. But if you need to put all this thing on 5 or 6 different credit cards, which I've seen guys a couple of times guys did it, and I'm like, not a good idea, because you're taking all those loans to go on a tour. Okay, well, you find the love of your life, she comes here, and that is going to be disaster. She can't support herself financially because she came here, she doesn't have any documents. You still have a lot of legal paperwork you need to do, so you have to pay for her green card after she comes here, and wedding and all this fun stuff. And then it's gonna take also quite some time before she gets a green card, probably another year. And the job she's gonna get is not gonna be the highest paying job, because she's a new immigrant. She's probably not even speaking English fluently, and she has no local job experience, so it will be hard for her in the beginning, even if she's really motivated to work. So whatever job she finds, it's gonna be most likely minimal wage job. So plan on it. And if you already 20-30 grand in debt on those credit cards, it's just it's gonna put extra stress in your relationship, and most likely it's not gonna end well. So don't do anything financially stupid. Just get ready for all this before you travel. And it's hard to say how much money you need to have, because cost of living in different states depends. But you need to be able to at least afford all the travel that's gonna be happening to whatever destination. And again, that will depend whether you travel to Colombia or Philippines or Ukraine. That's totally different amount of money. And again, be prepared for immigration paperwork, and most likely supporting your fiance and new wife financially. Second, Drew is asking, what should men ask before getting too serious? Well, all the deal breaker questions. So you need to be clear on the situation with the kids. Like if you want to have a child, does she want to have kids in the future? So that's a question that people cannot really compromise. You cannot have half of a child. So so if you don't want to have kids, and she's not sure, if she says, I'm not sure if I want to have kids, well, that's not something too you really need to think about if you really want to move forward. So if it's she's under 40, she doesn't have a child, and she says I'm not sure, there is excellent chance she might change her mind down the road. So yes, you date for another few years, she moves, and then the biological clock hits, and she's like, I think I want to become a mother, and you don't want to have kids. So what are you gonna do? I mean, it's it's just gonna lead to divorce eventually. So really cover that question. Talk about again her future lifestyle, whether she's gonna be stay-at-home wife, because again, if you expect her her to work and she wants to be a stay-at-home wife, and or vice versa, she wants to stay home or not stay. Anyway, so just talk to her, ask her what she wants. Of course, it will be difficult for her probably to answer this question right away, but help her to do research. So just let her decide overall what she wants, and you can send her options like, hey, Hania, look, there is a community college in my area, so here you can take classes, or here's some options for you to do. Maybe there is a volunteer work you can do. Give her something she can start with. Volunteer work is always helpful, so this way she can socialize. It will help her to find friends in the area. Besides your friends and immediate family, she needs to find her people too. So just think about what she's gonna be doing. Think about her driving situation, because a lot of ladies don't know how to drive, and a lot of them don't want to learn how to drive. And if you live in a rural area, we're all understanding the bus situation is just not gonna work, because probably it doesn't even exist in your area. So something you also need to talk to her about. And it's very important also, since I mentioned like rural areas or big cities, you also really need to describe the city where you live. So send her photos, videos when you do those video calls with each other, daily, weekly, whatever it is you guys do, and once you're already dating. Just walk around, show your house, show whatever it is, your backyard, your neighborhood. I mean, if you're driving around, show her something in the video, send her information about your city, what your city has to offer, so she understands better. If she comes from large city like Kiev and she expects to go to opera, once a month again, and you live in a small town where there's nothing but Walmart, that might be challenging for her. So, if that's the case, you need to think, I mean, hypothetically, would you be willing to relocate yourself to a bigger place, so your work's flexible enough, so in case if she's not happy where you live, of course she come and gonna explore this, but if she's completely miserable and she needs different type of environment, are you ready to, negotiate and relocate? Like she did, she relocated to another country for you, so think about that as well. And if you have children, also discuss with her, how involved you are in your kid's life, so she knows to expect. If it's 50-50 custody, so she needs to understand that your kid's gonna be living with you 50% of time. So try to introduce them maybe on a video call and just, give kids time to adjust to the idea they're gonna be a new stepmother. They haven't met yet, but she's gonna be in their life. So just there are so many things to think about. So, but that's a future stuff. All right. Vic, how do you guys avoid getting scammed overseas? Well, I suggested don't give money to someone whom you don't know or barely know. If it's 30 minutes into date and already conversation goes towards money, it's not gonna go well. So wrap it up and just go on another date with somebody else. So, and again, if you have a hard time doing it, you can always reach out to our staff and, just, if you're confused, you're thinking, oh, maybe it's something cultural going on and maybe I misunderstood something. If you cannot talk to your interpreter for whatever reason, then just call our staff member who set up the date and just talk to her about it. She will give you the good advice how to deal with that situation. But again, the simplest way not to get scammed, not give people money. And I'm not saying being a cheap, very cheap person, because that quality is super unattractive for women too. Especially if it's Eastern European, that's immediate no. So if a woman sees a man is cheap, it's done. Because also, from her perspective, she's gonna be quitting her job, leaving everything behind, her job, her friends, family, the apartment where she lives, canceling everything, just moving to another country. And she needs to be, make sure that she's gonna be taken care of financially as well. So if she would have to ask you for, $3 to buy a piece of bread here and there, she knows that's not gonna work. So there is a golden middle too. So don't be cheap, but also don't start throwing money at the woman right away, right off the bat. So it's one thing when you spend enough time with each other, you're already seeing each other exclusively. That's a little bit a different story. But again, if you just start dating each other exclusively and she says, okay, start paying all my rent for me, or buy me a car or something, that's also too much. Blue says AFA works. Well, of course it is, and I'm glad you found your wife through us. James says, it's funny, last August I went to Ukraine to find love and end up finding a Filipina. So you found Filipino love. See, sometimes it takes a little detour. But as long as you got to the, your love destination and you found your soulmate, that's the most important. Doesn't matter where she's from. And I actually see it quite often. Guys go to Ukraine and explore that option, but end up marrying the Filipinos. So you're definitely not the first one. I had quite a few executive clients that did it because, a lot of guys are attracted to Eastern European ladies, but sometimes it's just not the best match on so many levels. Not the personality, lifestyle, cultural background. So it's, so sometimes if you're not having luck in one specific destination over and over again, it makes sense to try something new, explore a different destination. Steven is asking, what's the biggest change you've seen in a man after dating overseas? I would say a boost of confidence. So even if you don't come back engaged from a trip, at least you went on so many dates, that probably more dates that you had domestically here in the recent year or whatever, in some cases 5 years. So when you're talking to women and they're all friendly and they're nice and you just having multiple dates, it really helps the self-esteem. Jonathan is asking, will AFA travel to countries like Ecuador, Bulgaria, and other European countries? Well, Ecuador is not quite European country, but no, we don't travel to neither Ecuador or Bulgaria or any other European countries. So we all, as far as Eastern Europe, we only have offices in Ukraine. Even though we do have profiles of mostly Ukrainian ladies all over Europe, but so those ladies that relocated there because of the war. But we don't have an office. We're considering maybe have an office in Poland at some point, but we just figure out it's not going to work out because ladies are literally all over the map. So it's not like they live, everybody live in Warsaw, everybody live in Berlin, or everybody live in Paris. No, usually those ladies, because they relocated because of the war, they got placed as refugees in small towns because, you know, government provides the cheapest accommodations, or the cheapest apartments, cheapest houses, and cheapest usually means like it's a small town somewhere in the middle of nowhere. So it will be, you know, we decided it will be impossible to gather those ladies to do social events, and because it's not centralized, so we just gave up. But you know, if you want to travel on your own to Europe and meet those ladies individually, our staff can schedule dates for you. They'll just coordinate it remotely because again, we don't have the staff in Europe, but we can do it over the phone, so it's not a big deal. Dave says, you imagine paying $5,000 to go to social to meet a bunch of 70-year-old women? I don't know, haven't been one, have you? So tell me who's doing that. Because in our socials, that's definitely not the case in any of our tours. Just to let you know how it works with us. Those ladies that come to social, that's the list of ladies that guys submit. So they browse profiles on the website, they give the list of ladies that we would like to see. So each tour participant sends us 10, 15 profiles. So majority of ladies, I would say, you know, so we have some ladies in their 20s, majority in their 30s, and maybe early 40s. Very small percentage, I would say, I don't know, 10% and under would be mid 40s to late 40s. I don't even recall anybody over 50. There might be a few accidentally, but definitely we don't even have 70 years old ladies on our website. So maybe you should try our socials. I guarantee you will like them. Blue says some guys make the mistake of going out to the clubs on dates. Big mistake. Well, I mean, there's, you know, clubs are different, and you know, there's nothing wrong with having fun. So just, I don't know if it's the right kind of club, where it's not super loud. Maybe it's like a lounge where you can sit down and talk and dance here and there. I mean, it's not bad. So, you know, it's just like, it just depends. You know, some guys might enjoy it. Brayton says, on a scale 1 to 10, how introvert are Ukrainian women? 1 being always going out, 10 being never leaving their home. Well, it's like the same. Like, how introverted are Americans? I mean, that's super different, you know, because everybody is very individual. So you can say Ukrainians introverted or outgoing. It's totally unique. Human beings are different. So unfortunately, there is no simple answer to that. Ron says it sounded like he did a lot of talking on his dates as opposed to letting the women talk and him asking questions. I think the women would have a lot more to say if he would ask them. David can be talkative a bit, but you know, that's part of his charm. It really depends also on a woman, because you know, if she's super introverted, I mean, she wouldn't mind man is doing most of the talking. Of course, not like he talks for 40 minutes non-stop, but if he leads the conversation, there is nothing wrong with that. But again, as you said, of course, if he stops and asks a question about her, so everything's good in moderation. As long as he's looking for an introverted woman. Of course, if he's looking for an outgoing woman, he should let her speak here and there too. Bruce is asking how you ever stop a man from making a bad choice. Well, I'm pretty straightforward. So if I see some red flags, I say that. Whether people take my advice or not, that's, you know, not up to me. But if I see there is, you know, if a woman is clearly only interested in money, or there is something else going on, or people are just not compatible, or somebody is just, you know, planning way too ahead. I was talking to a gentleman not that long ago. He's already he hasn't met a woman, they've only been corresponding, and he's already, like, picked the church where they're gonna have a wedding. Like, slow down. You're just not quite there yet. It's not even your girlfriend. You have not met her face to face, but would listen, right? So, of course, it doesn't sound like it's gonna work out, but yeah, I will share my opinion if people ask for it. Joe says, beware of moving to a bigger city, you can end up in LA. Well, there are some people that do enjoy LA, not everybody, but there are some people that like it. Brian's asking, will Mexico City be on the next year's schedule? Very likely. There's excellent chance. We did our open office in Mexico. We're still building it up. We're still getting new profiles. Right now, we don't have enough profiles to do a big tour, but we're working on that. So hopefully, yeah, by the next year, it should be on schedule. Joe says, I might need help filling out my profile. I don't have one as of yet. Would you guys be able to help me with this? What are your office hours? Well, that, unfortunately, homework that you would need to do on your own. Guys will love you, but there's a lot of you, we cannot do that, that work for you. We do have executive service, costs $20,000. In this case, you do get a personal assistant who will be filling out your profile for you. But unfortunately, we will not be able to fill up your profile, especially over the phone. We don't even know you, so you know yourself better than we know you. So just sit down, think about worst case scenario. There's ChatGPT. Ask ChatGPT to help you. That's free. So sometimes ChatGPT gives good advice. Not always, but sometimes. Let me double check, but I think that might be the last question for tonight. All right, guys. Well, thank you for watching. If you're watching soccer, it's still going. So, US and Belgium. I'm gonna go watch that myself right now. So, thank you so much for joining us tonight. Looking forward to seeing you next week. Have a good night.